Lovely, jubbly, just tricked you there. God, look at the signal. That's got to be reviewed, especially on the Perfect Draft Pro. And it's quite a lot heavier. Especially with Good afternoon, people. I was talking about messages. Right. So, we're on day 2 of the, beer rule. But obviously, as I explained on day 1, it came, actually I haven't even uploaded day 1 yet, but I will, right? We're a bit behind, obviously, because we was away. But it came from France one, where we brought on Amazon. We got 40% off or something, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a good price.
Let's just say day 1 wasn't great. It's still over there.
Didn't think that one.
It's staying over there. Right, one we all know, and as you go through this advent calendar, there's a lot that you all know, a lot of treats, as I've told a lot of people already, because I cheated and opened up all the boxes, because I'm like a little kid.
Couldn't leave it as a surprise, no, he had to look.
Yeah, I know, but it's business, isn't it? Right, we've got that Virgin 360 Pale Ale, as a lot of you all know, unfiltered. This is currently available on the Perfect Draft, and obviously, with this being a pale ale, the good thing having the Perfect Draft Pro is you can go to the higher level. Now, we've never had this in a can, have we? We've had it in a bottle.
Yeah, tried it in a bottle, not
and obviously on draft. Michelle was quite taken in with it on draft.
If I remember rightly.
Sure. But yeah, I remember that. I mean, I think of it, when I think of Virgin 360, I think of the lager, and the lager's an absolute cracker of a drink, isn't it? That's grew and grew on us. We do have a Virgin glass, but it's a pint glass, so I thought, so let's just use a Goose Island, because it's only a 330ml can. And if the wife gets the salts later, due to the Fury fight and everything tonight, it is Saturday, at least I haven't got too many glasses. Well, same amount, just not, you know what I mean, the concept of it.
Yeah, good. I think I know what he's on about.
Well, yeah, because I whack this in the dishwasher, if you're not about. It happens a lot of times. There's certain glasses that it does them a little favour now, making sure they're clean. Certain ones I can't afford to put through the dishwasher, because if it fades, I'm done for.
Yeah, the Virgin 360 Pale Ale. This one says sin filtro, which means unfiltered.
Does it?
It does indeed.
It's 5. I just forgot to say it's 5% ABV, isn't it? I'm sure.
I can't see. Yeah, 5%. I believe that says.
Yeah.
So let's take a look.
It's slightly.
I would have expected maybe a little bit more haze from something that's unfiltered. If it's got a nice golden colour, nice carbonation coming up there, nice foamy head.
It's quite popular on the machine, isn't it? I wasn't.
I'm getting a biscuity, malty smell from that.
Yeah, my cold's quite bad at the moment, so.
As you can hear, my voice is a little bit, but all my senses are doing well. I can smell and taste perfectly.
Too much singing on the boat, people.
Yeah, something like that.
Singing, I love you, Paul.
What I'm getting from this is, yeah, it's like a kind of biscuity kind of smell.
There's a bit of fruit in there, isn't there?
Maybe a little bit citrus.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first?
You go first. You've been the Queen of Pale Ale, maybe? Nah.
So actually, I prefer IPAs a little bit more.
I think he was quite taken with this. We haven't had it for a while, even on the Perfect Draft, have we?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Day 2's interesting, and I know what we got for day 3. Day 3 is a treat, but before I even put that video up, you'll see everyone else that's got the same one.
Yeah. Yeah, we're playing catch up at the moment.
Yeah, I'm quite into that. That's got that grapefruit, piney.
This is quite lively. on the mouth. As soon as you're taking it in, you are getting that carbonation. And I am picking up on, as you say, there's citrus notes. It's grapefruit. There's a little bit of lemony kind of citrus there. But there's also a kind of sweetness that's balancing all that all off. I think that's where I was getting the biscuitness from. It's almost like a caramel kind of taste. And then it is finishing quite hoppy at the end.
Yeah, but not too hoppy.
No, but it's balanced off
nice
quite
with the
nicely.
fruit, isn't it?
I'd also say there's almost a little bit of like a dankness about it, which I often find more prominent in an IPA.
I think it's nice. I'm quite surprised. I didn't think I was that much into it, but
No, I picked up from this word. It sometimes floats about when people are talking about IPAs, a dank kind of taste or a smell. I think it's a description I use now because I've seen it used before, and I kind of think of that word and that taste. But I think it could almost be a piney earthiness other people may describe it as. But the flavours in there,
it's good.
They do work well together, and it's got that little bit of lively carbonation with it, which is keeping it really fresh.
5%. It's a good percentage. I remember having this before, and I didn't mind it. Don't get me wrong. Last time, not in a bottle, but in a keg, some time ago now. I wasn't that into it, but I wasn't against it or anything. But yeah, this would draw me to go on another keg of it, because I do enjoy a pale ale now. I'm not a great lover of them, and the problem is, if you always drink the same thing, if I was just going for what I wanted to drink, I'd drink Frankie, and Frankie, with the old Hasselroder and Hogarden chucked in.
I think with a good pale ale, one that has got quite a lot of depth of flavour, and this one has got a reasonable depth of flavour, they're nicer for me for a session than a weaker session IPA.
No, I don't. I say it does have its hoppiness. Yeah, you're right there, but it's not too much in your face.
Yeah, it's kind of it's balanced out with the other flavours that are going on there.
At the end, you're getting a bitterness.
Yeah.
Of obviously the grapefruit or something, citrus, whatever way you want to look at it, whatever you pick up, they're all different. But it's delivering, yeah, definitely yes. And just say,
yeah, I'd definitely drink it again. I'm not going to say it's one that I would rush out and buy. For me, there are a lot of options there that I really would enjoy more. But if this was sat there, even in the can, I'm not getting a tinniness from it, which I usually do. It puts me off a little bit.
Tinniness.
But I'm not getting that on this at all.
Bloody messages.
So yeah, it's nice.
It's
I
a good
would
drink.
drink it again.
Right, talking about pale ales before we conclude this one, where would you rank this with Ghost Ship? Which we reviewed recently.
I know. It's really hard to say when you haven't got them side by side.
No, only recently, that's what I was saying, but I just thought...
I would say that, yeah...
Almost. They're on par, aren't they?
Oh, they're on par. Do I prefer Ghost Ship a little bit more? Maybe. Or maybe it's just because I drank that on draft and this is on can, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, interesting, isn't it? I don't think it's been about on Perfect Draft for a while.
No, I was thinking that hadn't been.
But yeah, I'll definitely drink it again. Definitely. It's not my favourite by a long shot. I prefer my Pilsners and my Weissens and my Sours, as a lot of you know. But as for the last year, I've grown a lot with pale ales, especially pale ales, more so than IPAs, haven't I? But yeah, I'll drink it again. For me, it's a yes, and it's a firm 7.
So rate my beer a 7 for me as well. I found my paddle this time.
I found it for her, by the way.
This is more than drinkable. It's refreshing. It's quite light on the palate. Yeah, gets a yes from me.
There's definitely a lot worse out there.
Yeah.
Right, and that's Beer La France, day 2.
Calendar.
Advent Calendar, day 2. It'll be day 3 next.
See you next time.